Hello everyone and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. We didn't have all that much going on yesterday, although we did do one little minor war against Florence, and we did also cause... oh man. Okay, Venice entered a coalition. I was going to wait until we had another claim to attack Siena, but with that coalition, we need to attack now, because if Venice has a chance to form that coalition, it'll become something that we don't want to be a part of. So let's call this guy back and hope that nobody else joins that coalition in 3, 2, 1, 0. There we are. And confirm. Let's go in against Siena. Not ideal. Very much not ideal. But we need to prevent it. This is coalition busting 101. This is how it works. When you are about to be in a coalition that you could prevent, you prevent it. That simple. When you're about to be in a coalition you can't prevent, then you find a way to nibble at it. So you attack in to people who are allied to individuals in the coalition, and then when they get truces with you, they can no longer be in the coalition. It's not allowed. So that's how you go about this. Come on, can you not stand on my guys? We can do this siege on our own. Thank you. Anyway, we are making progress here. We're going to go for Firenze and then Lucca, so let's be smart about this and start building a spy network on Lucca, because it is going to take us a bit of time before we are done with this war and ready to go on. And Lucca, by the way, allied to Ferrara and Milan, so this will break our Milanese alliance. We need to start looking for another good alliance. They're just trying to constrain our growth. It's fine. Once our main target is Genova, which will then allow us to make a lot more money from both of these trade nodes. Admittedly, I should be collecting in one of them right now, but that's okay. We wouldn't really get all that much money from it, and I like collecting in my home node. Besides, this is annoying. Okay, that's why 2 cannons and a 1 siege leader. Let's go ahead, because we're gonna not... oh. Well, I guess we're not going with you then, are we? We need to get through Treviso, or we're not going to be able to go over to Split, and that is kind of a problem. I wish the Milanese... see, if I leave the fort, the Milanese will also leave the fort, and then we'll have to siege this down again. So, yeah, it's not great. There's the siege of Siena, so we have taken that. Let's go to Brescia, and keep an eye on their troops on the right-hand side in case we need to go in and reinforce Treviso, and this should be alright. We'll take some occupation for it, but quite frankly, to beat up Venice, I think that's probably okay. Let's go in for production efficiency +1, and that should be good. Lost an Inquisitor. We're going to pay for the more expensive Inquisitor, even if it does mean we go into... oh, that's a lot of debt. Right, because we're being sieged down. It's okay. We're going to have to take some loans, and let's actually sell titles. We'll go up to 30% when the war is over, but I'd rather have that than go into debt. Already 500 ducats deep, so it's not like we can do that forever for free. Oh, this is annoying. Just trading land. So, I have no navy worth the name, and to be honest, this was not the most well thought out war. Okay, this is fine. As long as we don't lose those two as well before we get through Treviso, which we could. We actually are going to bombard Treviso, and then move over and get 2 additional cannons on it. That should be pretty quick. Yeah, we're at 0% right now, because they're going fast, man, right through our forts. Look at that. That's impressive. And I kind of want to throw things at them away for making my life difficult. Goodness. Alright, this is fine. We actually roughly equal their numbers. There's the siege. Good to go. Yes, that's the guy that we want with 5 shock. And we're going to fight them piecemeal. First we're going to fight at Dubrovnik, and then we're going to fight at Smederevo. Okay, they're running. Can I scare them off of Smederevo as well? Or will we not be able to get there in time? I doubt we're going to be able to get there in time if we take that fight. But then we'll win the next fight as well, because we're fighting them piecemeal instead of all together. And from there we should be able to get our forts back. So let's make sure we get... ooh, maybe, come on. Come on, come on, come on, get there. Get there, get there, get there. I have never seen the AI have such bad luck on forts, I swear. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's bloody, but it's better than it could have been. And let's go ahead and do 2, 3, 4. over. We do have to intercept them at Treviso. There's not a lot of men to hold here. They haven't had time to reinforce. But I want to deoccupy my own country. That way we can not be as challenged economically and unrest and devastation. So our provinces will start to recover, albeit a little bit slowly. Now, can we get Venice out of this war? Because if we do, we just win it. Yes, we can, and let's take some war reps and money. There we go. No diplomats. Fine. I didn't watch that too well, but it's okay. Gotten our own stuff back, and 2, 1. Go. Yeah, we could have tried to take Ravenna, but it's 11 development that we didn't have a claim on. And that is always risky. So who's left in this? Geneva and Savoy. Interesting. Well, let's prevent them from taking our stuff. And then we'll go over to Savoy, right there. Although, I'd like to just say to Milan, hey, take that. We got the fort back immediately, by the way, because it was Venetian occupation. So the second the Venetians are out, they can no longer occupy anything. If they'd given it to somebody else, then that would have still been occupied in this war. Stability cost fire. You know what? I don't even need to do that. Let's just take Frenzy. And oh, Aragon. Okay. I don't want to fight these guys. So let's go to Rome. And when January 1st rolls around and this peace deal wouldn't bring in Aragon, we will go for truce. Well, peace anyway. Which we're gaining war score because we have the war goal right now at Frenzy, so it's not like we even need to be too careful with making sure that they'll say yes to the peace deal. November, and Poland, Lithuania. Okay. I'd like to repay these. We're losing money, so we need to deal with inflation again soon. Okay. This is not great. Let's go ahead and... yeah, it's a little scattered, but... go, let's get 10 on each of those. That uses our Diplo points. And Ottomans declared on Karakonlu, which is good for us. It's bad for us because they're expanding more. They're going to win that fight. It's not even a matter of if. But... January 1st. Take this. You. And we can go ahead and fabricate a claim on Lucca. We won't take it for a little bit. Need to recover some. And we also have Catholic zealots that will need to be handled in Abruzzi. Italian. We're going to take a little bit of attrition walking here, but 10,000 Catholics, 11,000 Neapolitans, I think this is probably the right decision to make. And is there anywhere else? No. Our autonomy is getting pretty low. That is good. And when we're not taking attrition, our economy is doing okay. Let's see. Not at peace. Come on. The worst thing possible to do would be to peace out separately with Austria, with its trust for and favors. But I really want to seize land again, because that modifier is hurting us quite a bit. So let's go ahead and do good favors for trust. Do up to 40, let's do 30, 10, just in case we need them in a war. Let's go ahead and do those two. Just because converting provinces does reduce penalties from different religions, so we will be more productive with those when they're Eastern Orthodox as well. Because naturally, this much of Italy should be Serbian in 1499. Now, I did a little bit ago some videos on Aragon. I think we're actually going to do potentially a live stream with Aragon as well, if people are interested in it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm open to doing more stuff in EU4. I really do enjoy this game, and I guess this probably isn't the worst Serbia run ever, although maybe not the most effective, not the most streamlined. Let's go here and do there. Ideally, we're able to fight with both stacks, but with two rebel groups at 90%, sometimes it's must, as they say. So, when we get up to about 45,000 men, then I'd say we could probably take on Aragon and Castile, even though they will outnumber us with that. Our men are better. This is why we take quality ideas, and that's why we grant those generalships, so we always have good generals, and we can make a lot of impact with a smaller economy and a smaller number of troops. Now there's only one. Let's go ahead and group. I'm saying go ahead too many times, but sometimes you get stuck in verbal tics. I've said in other videos as well, and you never know what mine. Oh shoot! Meant to provoke revolt. Never know what mine will be. It's actually kind of fun sometimes. So you catch yourself halfway through the video just saying the same damn thing over and over and over, going, okay, nobody wants to hear this. But okay, Lucca is a claim. Let's take a look at our coalition. This is our limiting factor. France is at -19. Aragon is the issue. Lucca could join, but nobody else really can. We kill Lucca. Need a replacement for Milan. Let's see, who will ally us? Basically nobody. Great. Great, great, great. Is there anyone close? Do not. Okay. Ferrara separate pieced. Right before the main piece, that's pretty funny. Sweden, Austria, Lucca. Here we are. Let's see, will they allow us to fight? Austria won't come in. What is this? Sweden, Austria, Lucca. This is wrong. Shouldn't be. Why would they come in? Oh, Trade League. Goodness gracious sakes alive. Lubeck, Riga, Oldenburg, Bremen. How are these guys part of the Trade League up north? I don't understand. Well, they're allied with Lucca. We'll break them, and we'll break their alliance to the Austrians when we do that. That's the plan. We're a little light on troops, but so are they. And not being able to replace Milan is quite a challenge. Plus they have 17,000 men, which I really don't want to fight right now until our manpower pool is slightly better. Difficulties of this game. This is why they keep, by the way, I think this is part of why they keep nerfing quantity ideas, because it used to just be too good. Just win. Because you'd get through your first bottleneck, which is often manpower in the early game, because you're making your armies a lot larger, and that takes manpower, then you're fighting with them, which consumes manpower, and all of this is not for free. You have significant effort into doing that. So I think what we're going to do, take a look at technology. Pretty good at 888. Ferrara's at 887. Milan is also at 8, but Lucca's at 7. So half the forces that we could fight are Miltech behind. When we get up to Miltech 19, sorry, not 19, 9, we get pike infantry, which are better. So I'm thinking we make up for our numerical disadvantage, soon to be very numerical disadvantage here, by losing Milan, with better troops. We already have that from quality, and we'll get that from troop types as well. That's sort of the goal, I think, for me right now. Dalmatian separatists really happened in Dubrovnik. Unrest. Oh. Autonomy decreased. Nice. Good idea, Black Knight. Good idea. Now we have to deal with this too. That's fine. It's alright. We'll get there. We're actually going to transport everybody over. And then pop the rebels. They'll have more numbers, but we'll take usually fewer casualties, because we'll kill them a lot quicker with our entire army on. At least in theory. We do need to have good morale, though. And we'll take some casualties for being... This is not my cleanest game of EU4 ever, but again, it's, as I said in yesterday's video, which I recorded today, it's been a bit of a day for me, so do with that what you will. Ah, I did the wrong rebels. No! Okay, fight these. We'll move back over there, we'll fight those. And we're gonna have a little bit of separatism in Arezzo, because I made another mistake. It's just one of those harebrained things where if you stop to think for a second, you know you shouldn't do it. But, I also knew I wouldn't be able to get my entire army back in time, so that's part of why I didn't feel particularly hurried there. I will take the good fight. And this should be over pretty quickly. Yeah, a couple more casualties there than I thought, about 3,000. Another good reason not to have been at war right now. And let's take half of them over to rum. And convert Mollies, which is nice. And our religious unity is looking pretty okay. 87% is pretty good. Without religious ideas, which give you increased religious unity, I think Humanist also does. Don't really ever do either group, so I'm not entirely sure. You're never really going to get to 100%, not as Eastern Orthodox anyway, but we get close enough. We do pretty well for ourselves here. So, we are still losing money. We have Neapolitan separatists that are going to pop sometime soon, but I think we need a drill, because one of the things where we are lacking a little bit is in army professionalism, in part because we've been at war so often. So the best way to get professionalism in the early game, when you don't feel comfortable spending all of your monarch points on generals, is by drilling. And we've just been at war too often. We've been fighting. We haven't been drilling our troops because they've been engaged. And that is something that makes a pretty big difference. You don't necessarily realize it at first, or all the time, or often, but it definitely does. So we're going to repay a couple of our loans, we're going to cancel this, we're going to work on who do we want to be our next ally. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, nobody really sticks out to me as being a good choice. We could maybe go for Scotland, but quite frankly, don't count England out. Denmark could be an option, except they really hate us. This is part of the challenge of being Eastern Orthodox, is you don't get a lot of people who want to be your friend. It's a little rude, it's a little unfortunate, but it is nonetheless true. So Neapolitan separatists at 80, that's fine. We'll move over there when it pops up to 90, that should be good enough, and unfortunately, no claim on Napoli. So Castile and Genoa, we need to be able to leverage Austria better than we are. Could we get them to go in on Venice? Yes, yes we could. Okay, do we have any claims on Venice? One. That is what we're going to do now, while we're waiting for the war with Lucca as well. We're going to fabricate claims on Rijeka, we're going to fabricate claims on Friuli, Treviso, possibly Padova, and go for that. I mean, professional officers is ready. We're the first to it, so we're in the first year anyway, nobody else has gotten this, because we can get additional innovativeness and it's not on a timer. So the second somebody gets a technology, the 4 innovativeness gain gets set on a 1-year timer to keep everyone competitive, fighting for that innovativeness. And the fact that nobody else, well, the fact that this isn't red, saying, you know, counting down, means that we'd still be first. And the fact that we'd still be first says to me we should probably wait just a bit. Don't want to waste our military points. And right now we're paying an additional 55% over base cost just to get this. And we do, well, yeah. Ooh. Ooh. That could be good indeed. Yeah, let's do that. Renzi is part of our patrimony. Good. And once this pops, I'll switch our troops over to the better ones. And we should be able to fight Lucca, Ferrara, and Milan. Maybe even taking some things here. We don't have claims on them, but we're getting close to the point where, because of our near allies being places like Austria, if Aragon is the only one in a coalition against us, I don't care. It's just that we need to break the Italian states, and nobody else really cares all that much about Italy. So we're making progress here, that's good. It's not free. There it is. So it's red, 353 days, and let's go ahead and get that. And switch them over. Not doing that until we have the fight, because it drops morale. But by comparison, so let's take a look at outdated units. We're currently on Eastern Militia, which has 4 pips overall, and we go up to 6 with Pike Infantry. Defensive shock and defensive morale are not my favorite things. In the early game in particular, I'm a big fan of offensive shock. But it's better than what we thought we had, and what we had before. So, beggars can't be choosers, and it doesn't really help us to complain about it either, so this should be alright. Let's wait for our morale to get a little bit higher, and we'll go in against Lucca We want to kill their army entirely, and then we want to kill the Ferraran army entirely, and deal with just the Milanese army, which on its own won't be able to match our numbers or our strength, considering they should still be, yep, Miltech 8, which means they're a little bit worse than our new and improved soldiers. Not the world's worst by any stretch, but early game Western used to be horrible, and now it's only bad. Well, hey, we'll call in Aragon, Austria here too. Oh yeah, now we don't have any worries. If Austria's coming in, we'll crush this. We'll crush this, and that'll de facto break their alliance with Ferrara. So that works just fine for me. If that's the case, let's play this a little defensively. There's no sense in... Ooh, did they not come in? They might not have. Okay, so far they haven't. Still allied to Austria. They're breaking their alliance with Lucca, I think. Well, they're still deciding. They should have been called in. We're fighting Lucca. There it is. No? We just have military access. There it is, yep, okay. Good. Shouldn't have granted military access right before you accepted a war, should you? Yep, that's the fight. We'll go after Ferrara first, then Mantova. This is their capital. And in the meantime, we need 25 to get generalship. 36. Ooh, 70 tradition. Holy cow. Yeah, I'll take that general. Let's see what he is. 4451. Very well. It's alright. This is not the... Okay, let's think about this. You can lose professionalism and prestige to get ducats. Build power. Or we could go into debt and more. Let's get the... It's fine. I basically never take that option. But these are extraordinary times, to say the least. Let's go ahead and kill their... Oh. Yeah, we'll get them here. There it is. If you can kill your enemy's reinforcements, always, always, always do it. 2 base production in Kolabara. Very nice. This is grain. It's okay. Still good. Still worth it. Alright, so the war is ongoing. We've brought in Austria. We have a relatively strong position, and this will be where I leave it for you guys today. So we're making our way forward. We're going to go in after Genova next. We'll break Venice. We will crush the northern Italian states, and seek after that to sort of unify our lands. We still need to take part in Naples. Eventually, we'll need to connect ourselves with Trieste from Austria, which will be a bit of an interesting fight, along with Lika and Rijeka, which may well signal the end of our affiliation with the Empire. But before we can do that, we'll need quite a lot more strength. So if you guys like this sort of thing, don't hesitate to leave a like, share, subscribe, all that YouTuber nonsense, and we will see you guys again real soon.